release. So this time it is NXP on the blue side and we have Omega on the red. Okay. Okay, I think this should work for the overlay. So, all up priority, we also have the Lulu plus the Gravestone to the side here of Omega. So, the interesting part here is you got Impressive. You have Impressive already rolling once again back to his graves. I'm gonna be leaving you with the draft. Let me just put some coffee on and we can do the shotters for this. But observe the draft, okay guys. By the way, this broadcast is being done on a 5-minute delay.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah. Check. Sorry guys. Let's get back into the game. We have the game officially started with our camera onto Zaymich. Just grab some coffee so that we can properly do a broadcast of this one. Here we go guys. Game number 2, NXP versus Omega. So far, no heavy engagement, and yeah, I'm confident no first blood yet between these two teams. If you want to unlock what will happen here, observe if they're gonna be doing their trades first on terms of turrets. But from the way it goes, it seems it won't be. We are seeing some members here of NXP already converging onto the blue side buff. You have Impressive here. You can also duel up with the all-up here being present. And Zaymich will just land his own charm towards that blue buff, not really towards Impressive. And it's gonna be very risky because Impressive will fully focus onto him. There we go, we got 3 members already set for the side of NXP down at the bottom lane. And remember, this is the position quite perfect for an all-up to actually go for the dive. The problem is the minion waves are not spelling perfect for him. So what will happen is that Omega, seeing the trade being done on their own blue buff, they're gonna go for the blue buff also of NXP. This is how you steal the blue buff in between these two lanes, especially within the smite range. You can still secure that before you go for the reset. So right now, really looking forward. This Graves by Impressive is the player that made me consider Graves an S+ tier on the jungle. But I think I would have to remove that on my tier list release. I'm just waiting for the next patch, honestly. But I think I'm gonna be releasing my tier list a bit early once the patch arrives. We are entering March, and I'm quite confident we have a new patch coming in. I'm not so sure though what will be the adjustment, but I think we are entering the Targonian patch, wherein Katarina, Leona, and even the Pantheon will be shown, will be sent. Alright, let's see here. Omega, once again, this is the trade we're talking about. 2-minute mark. You're gonna be seeing multiple members being sent towards the side lanes. They're gonna be completing that. Minion wave, will that be enough? The one who's taking some aggro would be of time-lapse. They need to do the reset. It would be on a rise. Reroll by Impressive. It should have been Impressive that will receive some hit on that part, but it doesn't matter. Time-lapse and a rise will be resetting along with Impressive as well. Of course, you see members also of NXP resetting because we will be heading towards the timer for the Drake. You will be seeing also the bottom duo. There you go, Lulu plus the Jinx plus Uze here on the Kaisa and Disaster also. Moving towards the mid, they're going to be converging here. The big headline is of course the Cloud Drake. Let me just arrange again the overlay. I think Omega's overlay needs a little bit more repositioning here. There you go, I think this should work. Alright, let's go! Slow and steady. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle between Hashirama and Madara is far from a conclusion, my friends. Let's go for the pin. Big shoutouts to Toshi, who's actually watching right now. I think that's Toshi. They're now converging here onto the Cloud Drake Pit. 7 seconds before the Cloud Drake Pit arrives. Let me sip some coffee.
The dragon has fallen.
The Drake has been resetted. There we go. Makes it awkward for Omega to start on the Drake. They also have the Garen. Can actually see 4 minutes into the game, you got 5 man onto the Drake. Because why not? No one is pleasing yet. And very nice catch there by the Ari. But of course, a fight breaks up. Wild Growth activated towards Impressive. And Impressive knows he's a key target here. He's dueling up with Uzi. He knows he can deal some damage. End of the line to go for the finisher. And Uzi loses the trade clearly against the Graves. That's Kaisa against the Graves. You know that Graves is a bigger gun compared to the Kaisa. And you can actually 2 members gun against the NXP here as Omega will be focusing towards this Cloud Drake. And I think that's it. You have 0-2 and a Cloud Drake for the side of Omega. Very snappy initiate there by Zaymich. I love the initiate in my opinion. But I think the counterplay is just so good for the side of Omega. They have a lot of kite, they have the Jinx, they have the Graves. Makes everything so hard for Joshi to really just push forward. Not to mention, there's really no breathing room. No breathing room for the Olaf to fully commit into the fights with low health. Especially with the Garen on. Just to give you an idea, Garen is one of the direct counters against an Olaf. Olaf is designed to be really strong, especially if his health is low. He gets spell bump, he gets physical bump and healing every time there's missing health on him. He also earns attack speed every time he's low on health. But you don't want to go low on health if you are if you're facing Garen, because Garen deals 2 damage with a base damage plus 20% of the target's missing health. Basically, execute damage, guys. This kind of damage that depends on low health targets is called execute damage, and there is that.
The Rift Herald has fallen.
Okay. 0 toward this running game, 2-0. Omega now moving forward towards the Herald. Ladies and gentlemen, again, 1-0 is still the running score for this game, and NXP has taken better control on that game number 1. But Omega now has set their eyes set towards a victory as they fully group up, not allowing any information from Omega to be, any information from NXP to be completed. You can actually see Zaymich just going for the push on the inner chariot down at the bot. And of course, upon taking the Herald, they will drop it like it's shot onto the mid lane part. Impressive into the front line. 2 members gets caught by the bubble here of Nami, and And let's see as nobody will be facing them in the front. Jinx got his own momentum as well. Now in the mid lane, it's still time-lapse going for the kite. So minion waves are cleared as well by the bubble and the tidal waving. Let's see if will Arise go for the dive. They did so. Arise go for the hook shot. Where is the charm? Where is the love? No one gets the love. They're coming in from Zaymich, and this might be a very dangerous situation for NXP as minion waves comes in from the mid. But Omega decides they will fall back. They will do the resets, and the damage done onto the turret should be enough. Finally, we got coffee. You can actually see the impact of coffee for us. Let's look into the items. The one leading the most would be of impressive. Without a doubt, this Graves has always been banned against him. Yamu's Ghost Blade has the page also. Correct. Is that a page? Has the page also plus Kindle Gem, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yep, Kindle Gem. Plus the Mercury Threads. They did spot at Arisen. He needs to go within the range of the hook shot. He did fall back within the berry. I think that's it. Very risky there by very risky play there by Arisen. And the crazy part here is also of JLC. If you look at JLC, he has no teleport. Will he buy? No, he will be buying more and more magic resistance. He will be buying magic resistance for this part as he's starting to respect the damage that Zaymich can deal out, and he knows that for the most part, if you build magic resistance, the Bramblebest should do enough against the enemy team. He also has the Sunfire Cape for that part, so all you need is to just stick it to the members of NXP. Disaster, top position, very aggressive play there by Impressive. We are 35 seconds before the second Drake of the game spawns into the reef. There you go, Impressive baits out the charm end of the line. Somebody is receiving, but of course not much on the damage. Let's see here, Impressive push forwards will be sustained also by the shield of that Oriana and the sustain from the Lulu. And I think 20 seconds will be arriving for the timers as well of the Drake, Mountain Drake that is. Jinx will do the work here for the bottom lane outer chariot. I love coffee. Apparently, I'm the only one who got commissioned to shoutcast for this one. But actually, this is a community shoutcast. So, everything is done gratis. But no problem. It's Wild Rift anyway. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Mountain Drake once more being focused on by the members here of Team Omega. And they're very quick in securing the Mountain Drake. Full reset coming in from the side of Omega here. Big headlines so that the item would be of a black cleavage available as well for Impressive. Take note also of 2 Trinity Force onto the side here of NXP. And the Kaisa already has his Ikachen Rain upgraded. There you go. So good thing that the Ikachen Rain image is upgraded also here under the spectate. So there's decent damage especially for every, if I'm not mistaken, for every missile, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Not just 70 damage, if I'm not mistaken. Each dealing 50, no? So you got 300 damage. And if you upgrade the living weapon, the 50 becomes 70 damage, I think. And also fires 12 missiles. Alright. Let's watch. Lots of damage. Very big damage spike really onto the Ikachen Ring. Now, let's see here. Baron, very interesting. Charm, also impressive. Nice dodge. Whoa! Did you see how Impressive dodged the Orb of Deception? He actually dodged the forward Orb of Deception, then circled around, dodged also the returning Orb of Deception. It's like dodgeball, really. Now, 37k against 31k. The tension building up on the map would of course be onto the Baron side, onto the mid lane, and also Baron side. But of course, what you'd want to look at is actually this Baron lane here, the solo laners, because this is a setup for a team fight that could lead to the Baron. 10-minute mark doesn't necessarily mean you will force the Baron, but rather you will force a fight to get the Baron. First skill, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from the Garen. Decisive strike to put that. And let's see here as members of Omega. Very quick on rotating for the Baron. As you can actually see, JLC already pushing forward. Will JLC rotate for the Baron? No, Arise is just in the position to go for the bait clear on that. And I think Omega is just baiting things out against NXP. NXP would be wise also. They're just being patient. They don't have vision on the Baron. But, given the fact that I think it's still too early, NXP is not biting the bait against Omega. Even though NXP has no vision on the Baron, just look at this. Very minimal vision on the Baron. They really didn't go near the Baron. They know that at this point, it's not really an all-in the Baron. Rather, your target is to get the team fight! Oh my god, where's the charm? It doesn't matter as he pushed forward. He has the wild growth on, and that would be of the Graves. No need to worry about the charm. You have the wild growth, you have the shield. I'm not so sure if the Lulu got hexed there. If the Ari got hexed there by the Lulu, but this is a 4v5 scenario, 5v3 at best here at the Baron Pit. You can actually see a Ryzen will be coming in late, but of course members of NXP, they still want to fight this one. Joshi is trying to get into the position to go for the flash. Can he make the game changing steal? They focus towards Joshi. Joshi is too early. And now within the range also to go for the smite, but it doesn't, as we will die right after the spawn on the Guardian Angel. Now Disaster run for his life. That's a flash in by Timelapse. He gets his own passive in. The NXP Ryzen also pushes forward to stop the advance here of Omega. Down at the bottom lane, a silence in the decisive strike against Uzi. And also Zaymage was able to charm the Oriana, but I think that's it. It would be Omega's push for the mid, for the top lane inner, and even the inhib down at the mid. And with that, they can even stay for a bit and also go for this Cloud Drake, Ocean Drake, spawning into the reef. The lead is overwhelming, 12,000 ladies and gentlemen, and Omega decides to signal for the reset. If I'm not mistaken, I think Omega just, I'm not too sure, they just became, they became the champion of the Zenith League right after NXP became the champion of Frontier League in the same day, Love the coffee. Alright, let's go. Ocean Drake here being started on by Omega. NXP down at the back of the pit of that Drake. Joshi still within the range. He did get a smite. Joshi here with his hot hands as he get the steal against the Ocean Drake. They need to be careful. Impressive here. Not really in the position maybe to get that smite out. I'm not so sure. Let's see about Impressive Smite. It's indeed off cooldown. So that means it is available. It was given an opportunity to actually catch that, and it's just Jossy's fast smite was able to get the steal. He just walked there, ran the Ragnarok, so no crowd control can stop him. And another damage dealing collateral damage just to go for the finisher. Teleport is coming in from the Garen and notes maybe to stop this. Where is the tidal wave? The charm is already burned. Momentum is available also for the Jinx. Timeless in the front line. He will not receive the bubble, and you can also see Impressive into the front line as well as Uzi will ooze out blood. He gets destroyed, and it's gonna be the last hit down in by the Oriana Toll. And let's see to the top lane side as the only remaining inhibitor being defending the base here of NXP. Here's JLC, Jaren, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see here as Timelapse also along with Stronger push forward to the top lane inhibitor turret. The Nami gets fish out by the Oriana as Timelapse will also push forward against Zaymage. JLC is also landing the sword into the face of Zaymage there along with the Giant Mets as he speeds to win this game number 2, and that would be of Omega Esports.
Victory.
The series is 1-1 between these two teams. By the way, this is a single elimination bracket. Whoever loses the series will say goodbye to the 16-bit wars. Now, let's review the post-game. Let's review the post-game. So you can actually see that it is going to be Omega's lead through and through, especially on the Drake. That is mainly enabled by, of course, Impressive, right? If we did say, yo, number 1, Joshi and Lizzie, number 1, right? In commercial and ads, it's Uzi, number 1. But if it's on the Graves, if it's on another jungler, of course, signature pick by Impressive would be none other than the Graves. It's not really the graph that tells a story, but rather of the bar. Look at the bar here as the damage dealt by Impressive. 15,300, same as with Timelapse. In the 2 heavy ADCs, and you can actually see Stronger. Very curious how much cast or healing has he done for his teammates. But if there's one thing that Impressive beats Timelapse at in this graph, it would be of the damage taken. 9,000 on the damage taken there by Impressive. Even higher than JLC. Right? Graves, jungle, and that's no-brainer. I mean, of course, that is totally expected on a Graves. Graves is actually a duelist jungle, duelist ADC also, wherein he can be in the front. Not really so much, but he has some capacity to survive into the front lines because of the True Grit passive that is available on the Quick Draw. There is that. Well played for both of these two teams. Let's see what will game number 3 provide us. Let's go, Omega versus NXP. Let's create the room. Let me just create